Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, 104.5theteam.com with Christine Brennan from the USA Today. And Christine, always love having you on. Thank you very much for your time. And we know you had an exclusive phone interview last night with Commissioner Roger Goodell. First of all, what was his tone like? What did he sound like on the other end of that phone? What did you take away from it?
I have known Roger Goodell for over 30 years. He was a young intern with the New York Jets, I guess 30 years, and I was at the Miami Herald just starting out, and we would run into each other in press boxes and what have you. So I got a chance to talk to him on the phone for about 15 minutes, and it sounded normal and good. And when I asked near the end, when I said specifically, are you concerned about losing your job? And he answered and said, no, I'm used to the criticism. I've listened, we've learned, and we've tried to adjust our policies when necessary, and we did that in this case. But he sounded just like he always sounds.
Chris Carter has spoke out, the wide receiver, Hall of Fame wide receiver, and he said that his idea of why this is such an issue is so many athletes grow up without a male role model, and by the time they get to the league, the male role model becomes a veteran player or coach or whatever. Is punishment enough? Does the NFL have to do something else on top of this to get rid of domestic violence?
Great question, and I think when the NFL and Roger Goodell announced, 2 weeks ago tomorrow, I think, so it seems like about a million years ago, doesn't it? But that announcement of the 6-game suspension and then the indefinite suspension, at least a year, for the second offense, they went on and on, pages and pages. I actually have a copy of the education, the training, the looking ahead to try to spot problems before they occur that the league was going to be going through. I have no idea how that's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm hopeful that the words that Roger Goodell said to me last night, let's hope for the silver lining here that the NFL can lead the way and be a leader now that this thing has been bungled so terribly, that now some good can come out of something so bad.
Christine Brennan of the USA Today, who's been covering the Ray Rice story very closely, spoke with Roger Goodell last night on the phone. And Christine, basically, I just want to make sure I understand this. Roger Goodell is defending himself, if that's how you want to put it. He's defending the 2-game suspension by saying, we thought it was more of a mutual. We were told by Ray Rice and Janae Rice that it was the two of them defending each other. We did not know it was as one-sided as it was. So basically, Ray Rice lied to the NFL. That's why it was a 2-game suspension. Is that his defense as the small penalty?
Yes, without the word lied or didn't tell the truth. What he said to me was that he used the word ambiguous over and over again. And this is, again, of course, in the body of my story. What they indicated happened, meaning Ray Rice and his representative, according to Roger Goodell, these are his words. What they indicated happened was that it was ambiguous and there was another side to it. I don't think there is when I see the video. It was an ambiguous description of what happened in the elevator, and I don't think that's ambiguous at all. I asked for specifics. He declined to comment on specifics. But yes, that is the case there. Absolutely.
Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team with Christine Brennan of USA Today. Christine, you know Roger Goodell. You've known him for over 3 decades. I'm going to ask you this as someone that knows him on a personal level. Should Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, be fired or resign?
No, I am not calling for his head. I am not, but I am also as critical as anybody of what's gone on, and I'm very hopeful that what they're going to be doing moving forward is going to lead the way for the nation in trying to address this huge issue that's in the NFL, but it's also throughout society.
Just out of curiosity, I've speculated that if Roger Goodell and the NFL had given Ray Rice an 8-game, a year-long suspension after the first video, is there nearly as much outrage right now, or are we all just going, yep, that's what we thought happened?
Yes. If Roger Goodell on July 30th or 29th, whatever that was, said, I'm giving him a 6-game suspension, it would have sounded tough and harsh. Now, I think that the fact that it was a 2-game suspension and so weak then left them open for criticism, as it should, as I did, as you did, as everyone has. I still think 6 games now sounds like it's not enough. And let's wait till the next one happens, of course, and then 6 games for Greg Hardy or Ray McDonald or whoever, whatever happens with these guys. Well, that's not going to seem enough, is it? So we're going to have this conversation over and over again because 6 games just doesn't sound right now. And, of course, those other guys are lucky abusers or lucky alleged abusers, as I wrote yesterday, because they did their abusing outside of the view of a camera. No camera caught them. So it's all about the video camera in the end, and that's, again, another statement on 21st century America, isn't it?
Absolutely. Christine Brennan of USA Today. Follow her on Twitter at @CBrennanSports, and also go to usatoday.com and read her columns, her interview from Commissioner Goodell, and also her take on the situation as well, usatoday.com. Christine, as always, thank you so much for your time and talking with us this afternoon.
Oh, guys, my pleasure. Let's hope there's better stories down the road. This one's a tough one for sure, but thanks very much.
Sounds good.
Yes, please.